Though they've already started, the next task is clearing out neighborhood streets.
It's going to take us 2 to 3 days to get through one pass on all the residentials. Like I mentioned, we started last night with some, and then we'll have some crews out today doing that as well.
Even though the ice and the snow proved to be a task, the Public Works Department seems up to it.
To me, this is the worst that they're going to see probably. You know, most of the time we get a 3 or 4 inch snow, but this is a challenge, and we're up for the challenge, and we're gonna address everything.
Frustration continues among many Topeka residents as they deal with being snowed in from Sunday and more snow last night. The city says crews finished re-clearing main roads and arterials this morning, and they're now going back over those residential streets. But it's the statement that they finished a first pass that's really been striking a nerve. 13's Brent Palmer got some answers today from Public Works. Brent?
To the best of our knowledge, every street in the city has been hit. We have found a few instances where, because of cars parked, or even our pup truck's going to get through, we did not get a vehicle through there. But we've at least tried our best to get to them all.
The Public Works Department is committed to clearing Topeka streets, even if nature had other plans.
I won't say it was good, but it was decent yesterday. But after the snow, it's just worse, and people are getting stuck left and right on these side roads.
There's been at least 3 or 4 people who have been stuck around this area on the street and at the intersection. I almost got stuck a couple of times.
The city always planned on tackling residential streets, but faced extra hurdles clearing priority roads beforehand.
We have a pretty major snowpack from the traffic that got on the roads before we were able to plow, and that's been our biggest problem, is the hard packed snow. We spent several days working on the arterials and collector streets before we could even get into the residential areas, so we were behind from day one.
I mean, that's a pretty lame excuse if you ask me. I understand they got a hard job to do, and they have a lot of people trying to do it, but you got to look at everything. Right now, it's bad because somebody's going to slide through this intersection down here and get hit by somebody going down California.
The frustration is noted as the city begins a second round of snow clearing.
I get why people are upset. I understand, but please be patient. We're doing the best we can, and we want to be done working 24 hours a day just as badly as you want your street cleared. The faster we can get streets cleared and pavement exposed, the quicker we can get some sleep.
To reiterate, crews are making their way back across the city again. You should make sure to move cars off the road if possible so trucks can get through. If you feel like your road gets missed, you can call 785-368-3111.
They got more than 300 calls in 2 hours Wednesday, so they hear you, and we have heard your frustrations as well.
Many people are still frustrated with the progress of snow cleanup on their streets. 13's Brent Palmer heard from some of them today.
This is not happy, and this is not progress over here.
Residents of a subdivision off Fairlawn Road were not thrilled by the state of their streets Saturday morning.
I think we had one pass on Thursday, but that's it. And it just made drifts and plows and made everything slick. So they got rid of all our traction. And the ice was still all ice packed, ice covered. It's kind of hard getting around unless you got four-wheel drive.
One woman worked on clearing her driveway, claiming that the plows pushed snow next to it, blocking her in. But she says she was more concerned about others in the community.
I've called myself 3 times to the city of Topeka to get the plows out here. This street right here is a school bus route. There's no way that the school buses can get down here.
Further down the way on Prairie Road, one family says they had to pay to have the front of their street plowed.
We ended up calling a friend, and he called him and ended up getting him to come through, so that way we was able to get this plowed. And main reason why is because we're supposed to be having a gender reveal today, and we needed this plowed through so we can have people come in and out.
Some residents shared notes they want the city of Topeka to take.
I'm from northern Wisconsin, and that's what we used to do in emergencies is they'd put plows on garbage trucks. And that way when the garbage trucks are doing their routes, they can help out push some snow around.
I would say that they probably need to crack down on it better. They need to make sure that they're actually hitting the spots that they're saying that they're hitting when they're not. And they need to be going out there if needed to actually see if they are getting the streets, which they're not.
In Topeka, Brent Palmer, 13 News.
You mentioned the frustrations, the concerns, and the questions. And so I'd like you to respond to that, because I think the tipping point for many people is that they understood this was an out of the norm snowstorm. They understood that it was going to take time. But I think the statement that got people upset last week was when they were told, we have touched every residential street once, when clearly you could see in their photos, in our video, that they had not had a plow go down them.
Right.
Was that a misstatement now, that you now realize it was a misstatement, or do you stand by that everything had been seen?
So what I will say is this: we have 14 work zones that we worked on east to west. And I will tell you, as of Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, we'd worked through all of those work zones. Our goal was to touch every street within those work zones. Obviously, as soon as we made that statement that we had touched every street, definitely heard back from the community that may have not have been the case. And so for any misstatements, for any misrepresentations of anything, I will apologize for those statements. I will tell you that as we did receive that feedback from the public, I mean, we prioritize those areas, not just with field visits, but as far as the actual treatments. And again, I mean, I got to see where we would put down a plow, we'd plow it, nothing would come up because it's hard packed ice. But just because we didn't plow doesn't mean that it wasn't treated. We would still, during each of those passes, we would still put down de-icing material. So to say that, hey, we made 100% of all the streets, obviously, you know, getting some of the feedback that may have not been the case. And again, apologies for that.
What did we learn from this? Because what were the breakdowns? We've learned that the normal, even the city truck tracking mechanism was not functioning. What was happening with the contractors? What did we learn that perhaps can improve this for the next time we have a major response like this?
Yeah, so Saturday morning when I went into the street ops team, again, having the question called on us, hey, like, did we touch every street? I mean, for me, it went down to the basics, like, hey, print out some paper maps, and as the crews are making their passes through the streets, call it in, highlight it, done, at least so that we know for certain. Now, one of the challenges that we did run into is that our contractors didn't have the radios to directly communicate with us. So a lot of it had to be relayed to their supervisors and then to our teams. So definitely having a mechanism to track all of that electronically is definitely something that we want to evaluate. I'll tell you, the teams today, there's a couple of things that happened today. The teams today have, they were interviewing with technology groups that could help us get that technology. Something as simple as being able to plug something into a cigarette lighter. If we have a contractor on board, that they could do that. And it'll tell us if a blade is up, a blade's down, how much material is being distributed.
So next time you'll know what's missed.
Yeah.
For a fact, you'll have it right in front of you.
Right. And then, you know, again too, we did get some of the concerns. Hey, like, they went down the street, the blade was up. Well, yeah, I mean, again, maybe they went down and putting down a blade wasn't going to pick up the packed ice. But again, as they're passing through there, they're deploying de-icing material. So, I mean, that, and then also too, last week when we tried to, we basically tried to get more resources available. We had one contractor who had responded to an RFP they would previously have put out. And so today we submitted an RFP, request for proposals for more contractual help. I will tell you, Thursday night, probably about 9 o'clock or so, because again, seeing a lot of lawn contractors with plows on their vehicles, I was like, hey, maybe they can come help us. And so Thursday night, I saw one I just Googled and saw one that was open 24 hours, called them, and I was like, hey, you know, can we hire you to help us work on some of our streets? And they're like, well, we're busy with our own private.
They were backed up as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Update, in fact, that we learned today on how costly the blizzard was a few weeks back to the city of Topeka. The city, in fact, tallied up nearly $1 million in terms of its tab for everything that went into its response. Nearly 4,000 hours of labor, 3,600 tons of salt, and 20,000 gallons of liquid used racked up a bill of $972,000 when all was said and done. Labor alone added up to $361,000, $261,000 to contractors, and $100,000 to City Crews.